My name is Nicole Gordon. I'm the daughter of Beate Shirota Gordon. I'm here in Japan visiting the buildings that were renamed after my mother here by the State Department. She drafted the women's rights section of the Japanese Constitution in 1945. Since she grew up in Japan, she knew the Japanese people very, very well. Her best friends were Japanese. From the age of 5 years old, she was speaking Japanese. She appreciated this country very, very much. She loved this country. When the war came, suddenly she was living on her own in a foreign country. My grandparents were interned in Karizawa. But she didn't know whether they were living or dead or what had happened to them all through the war. She got some jobs, mostly in interpreting Japanese, an interpreter for MacArthur's staff. When the day came that the Americans decided they were going to draft the Japanese Constitution, they gave different people on the staff different assignments. And my mother, somebody said, "Oh, well, you're a woman. Why don't you do the women's rights section?" And she said, "Oh, can I have academic freedom too?" And they said, "Okay, you can do that too." There were no rights of inheritance. There were no rights to divorce, and a number of restrictions that were, very unfair to women. She felt very strongly that she wanted to do whatever the Japanese women wanted for themselves. And my mother drove in a Jeep all around Tokyo looking for libraries that were still standing so that she could get copies of every foreign constitution, not just the American. And I think if you would ask somebody who lived as a woman in Japan before the Constitution and after the Constitution, you would find that it was a very big difference to have those, rights to property and, self-determination about marriage and custody of children, things like that. Just like every other country, there's a long way to go for women to get complete equal rights. But there's no question, I think, that after the war, it was a much, much better place for women here than before.